Hi, this is Demigod Christie for a game review. I just finished the game Death Stranding at bago ko sana gumawa ng Tagalog review of Death Stranding para mga Filipino subscribers ko. Then I remembered, hindi pa pala ako gumagawa ng RDR2 or the Red Dead Redemption 2 game review, which is one of the best games I played in 2018. So it's not proper for me to forget to make game review for that game, which was a game changer in 2018. Before we begin, we publish gaming content every day, so like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification button so you'll be informed whenever we upload a new video. And of course, spoiler alert. So ang unang apprehensions ko with the Red Dead Redemption is that we are Filipinos. That means in our history, we do not have a Western history. We never had some cowboys. I personally never rode a horse, so we do not have a background, a historical background for us to really be able to empathize with a Western. In fact, I personally do not like Western movies. The only Western movies I recall is when my father was watching like Peter Lapi in the old 1980s movie. So the idea of playing a Western game, hindi siya appealing sa akin. But with a lot of reviews coming in on the onset of the release of the game, I had to give it a try. Although first talaga apprehensive ako. And I was not disappointed. I was carefully being drawn in. Napakaganda ng game, napakaganda ng graphics, at napakaganda ng characters. Graphics. Now the graphics itself, it's an open world game, so you expect the scenery, the towns. You'll be riding through Valentine, to Strawberry, and to Saint Denis, and of course the Blackwater when you finally play as John Marston. So this is a complete game, totally immersive. One of the best graphics I played after The Witcher. So, this is a well-made game by the developers. They really took time in developing the graphics that you really feel you're inside the game. Ramdam mo. In fact, para maaamoy mo na yung grasses, the swamp. As in, very good ang paggawa ng graphics in the game, that you really feel that you're inside the game. Which is a very important detail for an open world, especially if you want your players to be immersed on the game. Characters. The characters are well played. The voice acting is superb. But not only that, the characters is well developed. We have a multi-layered character here. Not only the main characters or main antagonists like Arthur Morgan and John Marston, or even Dutch Vanderland, but even each individual characters in the Vanderland gang, and even some of the NPCs, the side quest NPCs. So Red Dead Redemption not only made the environment so immersive, they made the characters so layered that you actually felt for the characters. Their voice acting is superb, and they have their own backstories. When I died, there's a lot of reaction videos from a lot of gamers, male and female, on how they felt grieved by the death of Arthur Morgan. This is because characters was well thought out. That you feel for the character, you feel your attachment to the character. So much so that when we were playing John Marston, ako personally, I still feel for Arthur Morgan. I hope we could have him back, but he's already dead in the story. And that death was an integral part for John Marston being vindictive against Micah, and eventually on the initial game, which is Red Dead story. Now the story is actually long. It actually becomes longer if you play the side quest, but it's very thought out. Although the story came in after the Bosch plan sa Blackwater, and they tried to rob a bank in the Blackwater and they escaped. There's actually some characters. He said they died during that Bacha plan. In fact, you will see somebody dying when they were in the mountain regions or in the ice region. The story is well thought out. You will see how Dutch van der Laan, which was a very charismatic leader, an ideal leader, he has this initial dream for the whole gang. Gusto niya maging parang pamilya sila. He has a very ideal picture of how a government should be. But eventually he changed. One of the changes was brought up by the death of Hosea, which is one of the father figure of Arthur Morgan, and actually the voice of reason para kay Dutch. And after which, when Micah started nagsimula si Micah magbigay ng advice kay Dutch, eventually we learned that Micah was actually working with the government and trying to capture the Van der Laan gang. In fact, trying to capture Dutch. So it's a complex story, and the death of Arthur Morgan, although the storyline of Arthur Morgan, siya yung nag-cover ng almost 75% of the whole game, it actually catapulted John Marston to the main lead for the Red Dead Redemption 1, which is the first game. The death of Arthur Morgan has a large effect on the remaining gang, Sadie Adler, Charles, Uncle, and even John Marston and Abigail. The vindictive storyline is not that simple until you yourself being drawn to the character of Arthur when you were playing him. Arthur, when he died, you yourself, I personally wanted to beat the crap out of Micah. Although it's a linear story, a lot of side quests, but it's a linear story. It's a sandbox, open world. With the characters, the environment, and the story, it literally led you to the emotions that they wanted to. So that's how good the game is. So my ranking, my rate for Red Dead Redemption 2 is 5/5. I know we're Filipinos. Alam ko wala tayong Western. I had a girlfriend, a gamer, who I recommended. Sabi ko, laro yung Red Dead Redemption. Hindi ako mahilig sa Western, sabi niya. Sabi sa kanya, it's not about the Western. I know ako ganyan din. Just play it. Play for an hour. And you will see why it's a good game. At yun, nilaro niya. And sabi niya, hindi niya mapakawalan niya. Hindi niya maibaba ang control because it's that good. So you must, I personally will tell you, you must play the game once in your life. It's that good of a game. If you played Witcher and you love The Witcher, this is actually better than The Witcher. I'll tell you, this game, although The Witcher is the games that changed the landscape of gaming of open world games, this actually is one of the best games I've played, an open world best game, in spite of it being a Western. I personally am not fond of Western games. So I hope you like the video. If you like to have more reviews in Tagalog, if you have any games that you want me to review in Tagalog, write in the comments below. If you like support my channel. I have two channels. My dalawang channel. I have Then we got Christy, which is gaming, motovlog, and lifestyle channel wherein I do the mostly Tagalog content. That is a boy one. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe in both my channels. And hope you enjoyed the video. On the next video, next time I'll be making a Tagalog game review para sa Death Stranding. So, see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.